As you know, the Christmas season is approaching, and many Christmas markets and fairs are being planned. Unfortunately, some are being shut down or cancelled in places like Germany, Sweden, the UK, and elsewhere. In this video, we'll discuss the ongoing challenges facing Christmas celebrations, such as threats from terrorism and other issues that arise every year. We will discuss the full story, whilst also going over all of the latest news from up and down the country. But first, hit the like button and subscribe to the channel and join our fast-growing community. Just a quick one to say we have new Stuck Farmer t-shirts available on our store. Go grab them now. They are available at britishstand.com or check the link in the description. Now back to Christmas. Each year, instead of just enjoying the festive season, people are increasingly worried about their safety when visiting markets and fairs. A village in Lincolnshire, Woodhall Spa, has been forced to cancel its annual Christmas fair due to strict health and safety requirements. The event, which typically attracts around 4,000 visitors and features over 100 stalls in a single evening, was scheduled for December 6th, but has now been called off. Organisers from the Rotary Club faced overwhelming demands, including blocking off 2 roads to prevent potential drive-through terrorism, hiring a traffic management company, and providing detailed written guidance for marshals and stewards on how to handle terrorist threats. Despite lasting only 4 hours, the fair could no longer proceed under these conditions. The Rotary Club shared their disappointment online, stating that even after completing a 67-page health and safety compliance document for last year, the requirements for 2024 were set to nearly double in complexity. They felt it was clear that the powers that be do not want the Woodhall Spa Christmas Fair to continue in its present form. Although the council offered staff assistance to help with the paperwork, Deputy Council Leader Graham Marsh acknowledged the situation, calling it tragic that the much-anticipated event couldn't go ahead. This isn't the first time Christmas events in the area have faced challenges. Last year, Lincoln's historic Christmas market, which attracted over 300,000 visitors and brought £15 million to the local economy, was also cancelled. Why are communities and small businesses being told to handle their own security when this should be the responsibility of local councils, police, and governments? These events boost the economy significantly, so shouldn't that revenue be reinvested in public safety? The broader issue is that many feel unsafe attending public events due to the ongoing threat of terrorism, particularly from extremist groups. Despite this, the government doesn't seem to be addressing the root causes or providing adequate security. Ordinary people are left to deal with excessive regulations and paperwork instead of getting support. This situation highlights a larger problem. The government isn't prioritizing the safety and well-being of its citizens during the festive season. It's time for authorities to step up and ensure that these cherished traditions can continue without fear. What are your thoughts? Do you think the responsibility lies with the government or the communities? Let us know in the comments. In some other news, Rachel Reeves's new inheritance tax rules will create an unfair divide between private and public sector workers, experts warn. The Chancellor's budget announcement means inheritance tax will be charged on defined contribution pension pots, which are widely used in the private sector. The 40% tax charge will apply to retirement incomes left to loved ones by retirees who used their pension pot to buy an annuity. However, public sector workers with defined benefit pensions will escape the tax rate entirely. Those who inherit an annuity income will face inheritance tax from April 2027, while similar income from public sector pensions will remain exempt. The disparity particularly affects unmarried partners of private sector workers, who do not benefit from the spousal exemption that allows married couples to pass wealth between them tax-free. Public sector workers typically receive defined benefit pensions, which cannot be directly inherited. Instead, these salary-linked pensions allow a reduced rate of income to be passed on to a spouse or dependent, similar to an annuity. However, unlike private sector annuities, this inherited income from public sector pensions will not be subject to the Chancellor's new tax plans. Annuities, which are insurance products commonly purchased with pension savings, provide a guaranteed rate until death. Some annuity products allow beneficiaries to inherit a lower rate of income after the policyholder's death. The new rules mean that while public sector pension inheritances remain tax-free, private sector workers who leave annuity income to their loved ones will face a 40% tax charge. This creates what pension experts describe as preferential treatment for public sector workers. Ian Cook, of wealth manager Quilter, warned the new rules could have devastating consequences for dependent partners. An annuity is purchased to give a guaranteed income for life, but there are scenarios where someone could be asked to pay a cash contribution to pay an inheritance on an income they are yet to receive, he said. Cook added that private sector pensions are being penalized while public sector pensions are being supported by tax changes. Tom McPhail, of Pensions Consultancy. The Langcat highlighted the growing inequality in the system. He said, members of defined benefit pension schemes could enjoy preferential treatment. And this comes on top of inherent advantages of defined benefit schemes, which these days are primarily enjoyed by public sector workers, and many other criticized the growing unfairness in the pension system. Private sector workers are sick of picking up the bill for gold-plated public sector pensions, he said. The problem will only become more unsustainable if action is not taken, as the contributions made are barely covering the billions needed to fund them. The criticism adds to mounting concerns about the disparity between private and public sector pension treatment under the new tax rules. A Treasury spokesman defended the reforms against accusations of unfairness, stating, "It is not the case that these reforms favor the public sector over the private sector." Lastly, Donald Trump may avoid deporting Prince Harry as a favor to King Charles, according to legal experts. Following Trump's election, there has been speculation about the Duke of Sussex's U.S. residency, particularly regarding his admission of past drug use in his memoir, Spare. This raises questions about whether Harry disclosed this on his visa application in 2020. Some legal experts argue this could jeopardize his residency. The Heritage Foundation, a conservative think tank, believes Trump's victory strengthens its chances of accessing Harry's visa records. Niall Gardner from the group said Trump's commitment to enforcing immigration laws could lead to Harry's records being reviewed. If Harry was dishonest on his application, he could face deportation. Immigration lawyers have suggested various scenarios. Melissa Chavin noted that if Harry holds an A1 diplomatic visa, Trump could easily remove him. However, New York lawyer Michael Wilds proposed that Trump might choose to let Harry stay as a diplomatic gesture to King Charles, given his measured approach to high-profile cases. If deported, Harry would face a short deadline to leave if on a visa, but could defend himself if holding a green card. Reports indicate Harry may be preparing for potential relocation, having recently bought a home in Portugal. What are your thoughts on what we discussed in today's video? Let me know down in the comments section below. If you've not yet already, make sure you do drop a like on this video and subscribe to the channel for more British political content. Thank you, take care, goodbye.